Okay, we have the question over here. The question is simple. Tropical cyclones are largely confined to the South China Sea, Bay of Bengal and the Gulf of Mexico. Why? Right? So, what is the key word over here? What should be in our intro?
What are the tropical cyclones?
Tropical cyclone should be in our intro. What is the introduction of a tropical cyclone? What is the definition of a tropical cyclone?
Tropical cyclone is the atmospheric disturbance that is generally over a low pressure zone and generally over a ocean and spread throughout the land based upon its latent area of condensation.
Okay. Okay. Anyone else wants to add any more point to the?
Tropics region.
Okay. Okay, it's fine. So the tropical region. That's why we call it the tropical cyclone. Now the tropical cyclone is a low pressure atmospheric disturbance. Simple definition. Tropical cyclone is a low pressure atmospheric disturbances caused due to the what? Caused due to
very low pressure temperature and pressure difference. Warm surface.
Due to the rise in the temperature of the ocean and other favorable conditions. Tropical cyclone, low pressure atmospheric disturbances caused due to the rise in the temperature of the
Ocean surface.
marginalized ocean surface. Point. Tropical cyclone is the low pressure atmospheric disturbances caused due to the rise of the temperature in the marginalized water bodies located in the which region? Tropical region. 10 degree to 30 degree north and south of the latitude, right? This is the precise definition that we are looking for. Understood how we should define? In this particular definition, we not just define what is a tropical cyclone, where it is arising, or why is it arising, and in which location is it arising. A proper definition to the tropical cyclone we have justified, right? Now it says that tropical cyclones are largely confined to the South China Sea and Bay of Bengal and the Gulf of Mexico. Why?
Due to certain favorable conditions.
Okay, I'm rubbing this, right? South this is what? This is which region? Very good. And this part of your is your Bay of Bengal. This is your Arabian Sea. Right? So it's saying that why the tropical cyclone is confined to the Gulf of Mexico, Bay of Bengal and the South China Sea. What are the, first of all, for this question to be answered, you should know what are the conditions which is favorable for a tropical cyclone. It is not asking for the characteristics of a tropical cyclone, but what are the conditions which is favorable for a tropical cyclone, right? Number one is that
Sea surface temperature must be greater than 27 degrees Celsius.
okay, that's the first point. But let us analyze from this diagram that we have drawn, right? You see Gulf of Mexico, look into the South China Sea, right? There are more islands over here which are surrounding South China Sea. And look into the Bay of Bengal. Let's be very much clear about the Bay of Bengal. This is the Bay of Bengal region, right? All these three regions have one characteristic, is that they are marginalized. Or I would say they are enclosed water bodies. Moreover, they are enclosed water bodies. What happens when a water body is enclosed? What will happen?
So through convection, the temperature can be exchanged.
What happens is what will actually happen is that the temperature of the land will directly transfer into the sea. So the temperature of the Bay of Bengal will be more than its open ocean counterpart. Temperature of the Gulf of Mexico will be more than its open ocean counterpart. What does open ocean counterpart means? Pacific Ocean. Understood? Doubts directly for Caribbean, Atlantic Ocean and Indian Ocean. When you consider the whole water body, this part is more warmer than the other parts. Understood? No problems with respect to this? Good. So from this what we understood is that is the Gulf of Mexico, Bay of Bengal and South China Sea. What is the geographical characteristics? They are surrounded by more. They are enclosed land surfaces. They have more enclosed land surface. They have more enclosed land surface, or they are the marginalized water bodies, right? Which is surrounded by continents or the land boundaries, right? That is one point we can write. This is one point. Number two. Number two is what? Warm ocean current. Very good. This is the warm ocean current. Now, remember very specifically, if you are saying warm ocean current, then which particular warm ocean current is causing the rise of temperature in the Gulf of Mexico? There and there. Be very careful.
South China Sea was also.
Let's see if I can do something. Can you analyze the line that I have drawn? What is this line? Very good. See, what most of you will be confused, right? Let us take this is North America, this is South America. This side of this warm current or cold current? And in this side,
Cold current.
right? Over here, that's a confusing thing. So it's basically what happens is that when it's in the Chinese circulation is going on over here. So what happens is that if this is be the over here too, it is the cold current over here. But the temperature over here increases because of. I'm not sorry. This is sorry. This is not Gulf of Mexico. This is Gulf of California. sorry. Sorry, this is the Gulf of. sorry. This is Gulf of Mexico. Sorry. sorry. So it's the North Atlantic drift that is increasing the temperature of the Gulf of Mexico. Over there, what we are having? Over there in the South China Sea, Russia, India. Indian Ocean. With which one you saying? Indian River. See. In the Bay of Bengal, when do we have the most number of cyclones? October. Time of the repeating monsoon. Warm water current lies in which part of the Indian Ocean?
So eastern part.
Is it the warm current that is lying, or the water is slowly getting heated up from July to October with the end of the understood? So the July to October, what is happening is that is slowly the temperature of the Bay of Bengal region increases. Understood? Which way? So, first point is that what was the first point? Effect of the things. First point was with respect to the marginalized water bodies. Next point was with respect to your warm ocean current. What is the another point? Okay, if it is in the latitude, what exactly are we going to talk in the latitude about? 10 to 30 degree if I am talking about, then what is the specific point that I should take into account?
More evaporation, more precipitation.
Okay, more evaporation and more precipitation, but that is another point. How? Look into this. Cyclones are formed over what? Over the water bodies. So isn't large surface bodies or the large surface for providing adequate amount of water vapor to the cyclone? Can that be a point?
Yes, sir.
That can also be a point. That can also be a point. But what is an important point over here? Remember this. Between 10 to 30 degree latitude, that is prevalence of which force? Covalence. Isn't it important? Isn't it necessary? So though it is not one of the major factors, because covalence force is always prevalent over 10 to 30 degree, but it is an adding factor to the tropical cyclone that has its genesis in this region. Understood? Covalence factor. Should we write or should we not write that as a point? We should write it. We should write it as a point because it will add up an extra number. What is? What more points? It's the region of convergence of the ITCZ. Right? Isn't it the region of convergence of the ITCZ? It is the region of the convergence of the ITCZ. What is ITCZ? Intertropical Convergence Zone. Where is the ITCZ? Which is the region where the ITCZ is formed?
5 days north to 5 days south. 5 days north, 5 to 5 days south.
ITCZ, is it constant over here or is it moving?
It's moving, sir. With the moving of the upper
Moving?
current movement of the sun.
Sun. Very good. Moving with the current movement of the sun. Right.
So you said that ITCZ is a factor behind the formation of the cyclone.
Right.
Is ITCZ is located within the 5 degree north and south mostly, but it also follows the apparent movement of the sun.
Sun also it is.
Yes, sir. But sir, if we consider that Covalence force, it is the direct proportional to sine angle of the latitude.
Sine angle of latitude.
So then how sir it possible that near the equator we can produce Covalence?
In the equator, do we have cyclones on the equator? Do we have cyclones in equator? Why?
0 degree.
0 degree latitude. What is the Covalence force in equator? Zero. So we are not having in the equator. We are not having in the equator.
No sir, I am talking that while we consider ITCZ, it also considers a 0 degree.
Why there is no? Okay. See, ITCZ. See. Okay.
What is
What your point?
zone,
What
sir?
your point? He's saying that sir, ITCZ is also formed near the equator, but what I'm saying is that there is absence of Covalence force in the equator. We need to have all the proper conditions for a cyclone to work.
Yes, sir.
Absence of Covalence force in the equatorial region is one of the major reasons why we do not have cyclone in those regions. Right? Agreed? How many points did we make? 3 points? 2 points? Vishwajit, please. Points. Geography option.
shallow water body near.
Shallow water bodies. Yes, shallow water bodies is one of the things. You can also write shallow water bodies.
When it is not like this.
Shallow water bodies. Shallow water bodies. How do you differentiate between shallow water bodies and marginalized seas or marginalized water bodies? And with shallow water bodies and marginalized water bodies, what is the difference?
Shallow and marginalized.
Shallow is about depth. Marginalized is about the size. Understood? So how does a shallow water body how does a shallow water body is responsible? How is the shallow water body responsible? Think.
insulation can penetrate.
Perfect. Perfect. It is easier to heat up a shallow water body than a deep water body. Solar insulation will work. The work of the solar insulation will be minimized in the shallow water body when compared to the deep water body. So yes, shallow water body can also be a very good point. So with this we came with the 6 points to describe what is a tropical cyclone, a 6 points and a diagram to describe over here. Right. If we are drawing this diagram, I need you to add certain modification, right? Just draw Australia over here. In Australia, what do we call this cyclones as? Willy Willies. Over here in the South China Sea, very good, typhoon. India, for the Indian Ocean region we call it cyclone, and over here hurricane. Understood?
So one point can be added, there is the presence of low atmospheric pressure in the ocean surface and the presence of high pressure diverging.
See,
in the
very good. See,
atmospheric
if you want that point to be written as, that point can be written as the atmospheric pressure.
Yes, sir.
The atmospheric pressure that is required. What is the atmospheric pressure that is required? In what millibar? It might be wrong, but it's 972,000 millibar. Within that we need a proper atmospheric pressure. Yes, you can write that. 970,000 millibar of which pressure? Low pressure or high pressure? Obviously, if it's low pressure below, then it will be high pressure above.
Yes, sir.
Right? Simple geographical. Low pressure थोड़ा है ऊपर कौन हो? High pressure हो. Right, Jenny? Teacher of Sudan. Good. Diagram can be drawn. Can or cannot be?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, you want to please copy down the diagram. Please copy down the diagram. You need to learn to draw this diagram within how many minutes? 2 minutes to draw the diagram. Diagram should not take more than 2 minutes. Only if you practice you can draw the diagram.
What should be the conclusion for this question?
What do you think should be the conclusion for this question? I ask you. You ask me, I ask you. I don't know. But think of it. What is the question asking? The question is asking why tropical cyclones are formed in this region. Let us go for the most simple of all the conclusions. Rather than going for a very big conclusion, I'll go for the most simplest of all the conclusions. Due to this following reason, the tropical cyclones are majorly located in this particular region. That is the simplest conclusion. Always go with simplicity. What else?
Recent example by
One more thing that actually that we should have added is that can we add climate change as a factor?
Yes.
But how to write it?
So you can add that this nature, the original nature of the geographical condition that required for the formation of cyclone is now changed due to the climate change. Now these regions are not
Okay.
very
Global warming we call it. I'll combine both your points. My point being, see, in this particular region, you wanted a conclusion, I'll give you the best conclusion from this one. The best conclusion would be that the increasing events of cyclone in this region due to the climate change. Or let me frame the statement in such a manner that due to the climate change caused by the increase in the greenhouse gases, due to the climate change caused by the increase in the greenhouse gases, the incidence of cyclone in this particular region has increased. It means in the Bay of Bengal region, example, in the Bay of Bengal region, cyclones were rare in the month of May. Right? Cyclones were rare in the month of May. But right now, cyclones are occurring in the month of May and October. Right now, the NDRF team of Odisha is not just active in the month of October, but it is also active in the month of May. From month of May to October, they are very much active. Understood? This should be our proper conclusion. Bujhpayali? Done with it? Okay. I need to switch off.